back to another episode of Turn of the Millennials. I am Lindy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And today's episode, we are actually going to steal it from Formidable. We guest hosted on their current episode on 90s breakup songs. And Steph and I got a little carried away on our May 2-4. So we didn't actually get to record our own episode for this week, so we're just going to steal theirs that we did with them.
Yeah, that's how we do it around here. You know, it's okay to steal every once in a while. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, and our May 2-4, that is like your Memorial weekend for the States, or like May long if you live out west in Canada. It's our May 2-4 long weekend.
We all love to have fun, and that's what it's for. To kick off the summer, actually, really. It's both our like summer kickoff weekend, so enjoy it, everyone. And yeah, so our episode was about 90s breakup songs. Let us know if you enjoyed the breakups, our choices. Let us know what your 90s breakup song choice might be. We had a great time recording with these guys, like we always do. They're great fun. And
Let us know if we forgot any.
I'm sure we did. Absolutely.
I'm so sure we did. Yeah.
Right.
So enjoy this episode, and we'll be back in 2 weeks on the 17th with our newest original episode, I guess.
Yeah, our regularly scheduled program episode.
Regular scheduled programming.
Where we will be celebrating actually Pride Month. So
yes,
look forward to that in 2 weeks, guys.
Enjoy. Have a good one.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 54 of Formidable Opponents, a show that pits three people who have known each other virtually their entire lives in a series of conversations as we argue what is best in a variety of fun, engaging in critical pop culture topics we all debate about. I'm Randall, and with me as always Bob and Joseph, and today we are joined by our guests, our friends from Canada, Turn of the Millennials podcast with Steffi and Lindy, and we're happy to say this week's topic is Best 90s Breakup Song. Breakups, they're never easy, but fear not, you're not alone. Well, you're alone romantically, but the good news is that theoretically, as long as you have music to tell your story, you're always in good company. To our lonely friends listening, there is a remedy for those tears, and that cure for people who grew up in a certain era were those 90s breakup songs. It was a simpler time, a monoculture, and we all endured through the same obligatory songs all bands had to release at the time. Breakup songs from that era ran the full complement of emotions: sadness, indignity, catharsis, and denial, just to name a few. That's why we love them, because breakup songs can represent the ebbs and flows of the raw emotions we all go through. From the sudden grief of having been let go to the euphoric recall of finally understanding why you had to. The 90s were an eclectic decade for breakup songs because whether you wanted to wallow in sorrow or rebound victoriously, artists in that decade had every emotion covered, and music videos became soap opera companions to our favorite cuts, eliciting even more emotions. So whether you're into songs that mend the fragile heart or I'm Getting Over You tracks, we got you covered. For this week, Formidable Opponents, along with our friends from Turn of the Millennials, are debating Best 90s Breakup Song. With me today are the surviving members of Ace of Base. Guys, welcome. How's everybody doing?
I don't think that was called for, sir. That was uncalled for. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy afternoon.
What's going on, everybody? First off, before we get started, Bob, you got to give the people what they want in Canada. It's what they need.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I love you.
There you go.
Talking about
apparently very popular.
I'm gonna live that down.
We're joined by our friends Steffi and Lindy. How are y'all doing?
Yes, girls. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic, thank you. How are you?
Doing really good. Got some sunny days on the warm in the summer, and we're good. Yeah.
Yes.
Summer.
Can't wait.
That means like it's a week, right? A week up there.
A month. Or it's about a month. You know.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not just the last week of July.
Really?
That's like Northwest Territories.
Okay.
Down here is the exact opposite. We get a month of winter, and the rest is fucking summer. Or at least it feels like summer.
It's winter. Summer in Canada is winter in Texas, and we will say that. So it's miserable all summer long here. Don't visit anybody. For God's sakes, don't move here. So, guys, we're joined today by our friends, and we're going to talk a little bit about 90s breakup music. So I want to start off by asking the panel, Was the 90s the best decade for breakup music? If so, why?
I don't think so. I think we've gotten a lot of great makeup songs. Wrong one. I think we've gotten a lot of
Next
great
week's show.
Yeah, it's next week's show. I think we got a lot of great breakup songs through now and throughout the 2000s. So
Ask Taylor Swift.
Yeah, apparently, she's got them all out there. So no, I don't think the 90s is the best. I think we got a lot of great ones and ones that we're going to talk about coming up soon. But yeah, no, I think breakup songs in general just they can go through they're generational. Doesn't matter what decade we're in.
I feel like it kind of goes with what kind of generation you're in. Like, I feel like with ours, we were kind of more like 2000s sort of breakup. So emo was kind of, I feel, in forefront for some people. And that was really what a lot of us kind of, I think, went to. So some of us might say 2000s is better, but we're here for the 90s. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. I don't think the
confessional here.
Dashboard confessional was big in high school. Really big.
Oh, God.
Human infidelities, Joseph.
Bob, you're saying?
No, I was going to mention like the 80s. I think everybody was too busy partying and having a good time to really write a extremely sad or heartbreaking breakup song.
Not
John. Think of any? Huh?
Not
Too much
John,
cocaine.
Too much cocaine.
It's cocaine. That's what I'm saying.
Not John Wade. What was that, Lindy?
It wasn't what the masses wanted. You hit late 90s and early 2000s, emo really took a hold, and you need those upsetting heartbreak, I'm down in the dumps, woe is me kind of songs.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Kurt Cobain.
Yes.
We also, I guess the society also at that point, we had 2001, we had 9/11, which I think as a society kind of brought us into that more sadder state at the time.
Yeah,
so I think
true.
our music and kind of reflected it too.
Very true.
That's a great point.
We
So
were
let
going
me.
through a lot as millennials.
Yeah,
Right?
no shit.
Yes, yes.
There's a lot. Yeah, we still are.
Still are. Jesus Christ.
Oh, never ends with us, guys.
Well, I'll let you all speak on that. So, next question, what type of breakup song did you favor? The I'm Heartbroken or I'm Getting Over This breakup song? Which do y'all favor more?
Depends on what mood I'm in. But I think I probably, like gravitated toward the heartbreaking ones, the ones that made me want to cry, that made me feel bad for the singer, that I was just like, I just wanted to give her a hug.
I agree. I'd go with the I'm heartbroken ones. So because I think in that moment, I don't know, maybe we're looking for somebody to who understands maybe what somebody's going through or what we're going through. So those getting over ones might make you feel better. But I think in the beginning, or for the most part of it, we're looking for that song that basically is saying that everything that we might be feeling. And for me, because I don't cry,
You're crying.
the song is what cries for me. I listen to it.
These aren't tears. I just have really bad allergies.
Yes, and
Yes.
I nod my head like, yes, everything this person is saying is exactly how I feel. That's my opinion. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah, you gotta go with the heartbreak ones, or the ones that make you feel, not the I'm getting over you type of song. Nobody wants to hear that uplifting shit. They want to be able to cry along or drink along with or smoke along with whatever song that they're hearing that they can relate to.
I think it could also depend on the nature of what, like, your breakup happened. Like, sometimes if you got cheated on, someone might just want to listen to like You Ought to Know screaming, or like Khalees Caught Out There, like just
That's
scream
true.
your head off and just be like, I hate this dude so much. But if you were like, okay, we were lovers and first love or something, and they broke your heart and it was kind of like not amicable, but still whatever, you might be more of that sad breakup. So I think it's really dependent on like also what the actual breakup was too, is what it is.
I got that.
I
I
agree
can,
with that
I can see
too.
that. Yeah.
I also think 90s.
I've been on both sides.
Right?
Definitely. I also think 90s videos provided more of the heartbreak because bands could like all dress alike and they could wear like sleeveless vests and it would look.
We're talking about Boys to Men here.
Exactly.
To the road.
They could all dress the same. They could all be heartbroken. They could all be singing about the same woman, and it was normal. And I mean, I just think it just provided a better visual medium. And speaking of which, 90s breakup music partnered with so many visual mediums, as mentioned. The songs were featured on everything from music videos to a lot of TV and movie tie-ins. When I say 90s breakup songs, what is the first image that comes to your mind?
Natalie Imbruglia's Torn.
That's a good one right there.
Just like her face in the camera, her bright blue eyes, and like the shit going on in the background.
That's a good image.
That's a good one. I think of Boyz II Men. I think you nailed it with the vest and the matching sports coats and everything. Boyz II Men never really sang about anything happy, did they?
On Bended Knee, End of the Road, like
Water Runs Dry.
Right? It's a song for loneliness. Like all they talked about was sad songs.
I think for me it would probably be, and I think it came out in the 90s, right? I mean, it's just so, and we've discussed it before in other ones, and thankfully I don't believe nobody picked it. Sinead O'Connor's,
yes,
it's that one fucking image of,
well, I picked it, but that was the greatest one.
I know you did.
On this I mean, that's like the number one image. That's the one thing
it's probably going to come out on like
with the single tier, and the
tier,
exactly.
I don't think anybody did the single tier better than her. Then maybe any of the siblings on Party of Five were pretty good at that too. But I think Sinead O'Connor with that single tear rolling down her face, to me, that's the most visual heartbreaking image when I think about that
one, and probably and it's two women and Lisa Loeb.
Lisa Loeb.
Those two videos.
You're only saying that because you had a crush on Lisa Loeb.
But
who didn't?
Who doesn't?
Right. I was gonna say the other thing also, just like as an image in general, just in pop culture, was like sad girls crying and eating like ice cream to All by Myself. That was a cliche like 90s visual for breakups. It just seems like that was hand in hand together.
Like Everybody Hurts from REM.
Yes, that as well, right.
I don't know about Lisa Loeb. She kind of pranced her way through the video. I mean, wasn't she like prancing her way around?
But I mean,
what do you want her to do? You want her to be like Jewel sitting on the floor barefoot?
Right. It's also, isn't it in one whole shot?
Why do I got to be the only one crying?
So yeah, it is all in one shot. I think right. The camera just follows her around.
Yeah. So Ethan Hawke directed it.
What did pop-up video say about it?
I love pop-up videos.
It's been so long, I can't remember.
So
Pretty
guys,
sure there might be one or two edits.
Yeah.
Last question for the intro. Were most of these artists pigeonholed to this genre? We had so many one-hit wonders whose one hit was a breakup song, and I'll list a few. Tony Rich Project, Sinead O'Connor, Chris Isaac, Natalie Imbruglia, Lisa Loeb. We've already mentioned a few of them. So what do y'all think? Was that the way to get your hit out there, was to be a sad heartbreak song? Why do we have so many one-hit wonders from that era?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that you necessarily get tied into that title or that genre or whatever. I know that a lot of bands in the 80s were doing that. You know, the hard rock bands were kind of putting out their ballad. So I think that a lot of bands in the 90s kind of followed suit and wanted to have their ballad or their breakup song as well. But there's a lot of great bands, and we'll mention them in our honorable mentions, that had multiple hits and not just, these sad or heartbroken breakup songs.
I don't know. Chris Isaac, that's to me when I hear, and I'm pretty sure you're talking about Wicked Game, right?
Yes,
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a breakup song. I don't know. To me, it's a love song.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
So, as far as the sake of that, Lisa Loeb had that. I mean, she's known specifically for that one song. I don't think it was I don't.
But did her second one? But did it go as high as Stay
I don't
did?
remember that song.
I don't. If I can't.
She's playing an acoustic guitar. Like there's like a video, right, where she's in the 50s.
Retro 50s music kind of style music video. It had some black and white shots and girls in like the 70s type like.
But it might not have gone to number one.
Maybe
which
not,
is the
but it still rose pretty high on the charts. Even if it didn't go to number one, it still got pretty high.
Yeah.
Rand, it shocks me that you knew like multiple Smithereens hits, but you didn't know the second song for Lisa Loeb. It just freaks me out.
I remember the video. I do remember the video. As far as Chris Isaacs go, I think his band is singing in the background. This girl is only going to break your heart. So I mean, I consider it a heartbreak
I couldn't
song.
hear it through my tears. I'm sorry.
Me, it always was more of like the love-making song instead of either love or a breakup song.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good.
Because it has that just tone to it. I don't know.
That's a good point. So let's move on to our honorable mentions. We'll start off with you, Bob. Who'd you have for your honorable mentions?
Obviously, Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares, Boyz II Men, End of the Road, or Water Runs Dry. Extremes More Than Words. Obviously, that one's just a great pick. Creative Little Pill wanted me to mention her pick was Fuel's Shimmer. It's a good little breakup song. How Am I Supposed to Live Without You, Michael Bolton. That's not an honorable mention. That's a real question, Michael. Where the fuck are you?
Is that? I thought that song was from the 80s.
No, it's 19.
Sure?
It's like 1990. Yeah, positive.
All right,
looked it up. Vertical Horizons, Everything You Want, and STP's Interstate Love Song.
pretty sure that was more than 3.
Oh, that's all
I
right.
know, I
We're just
know.
gonna name them all because I got like
Never
12.
them all.
But-
Yeah, me
Name
too.
them
I
all.
got
Let's just name them all. Let's go
We're
on.
supposed to do 3 shit. I'm out of the loop.
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
That's what I was told, Lindy. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We're bending
I
the
just
rules.
ruined everything. I just ruined everything.
All right, let's everybody just name all your. Lindy, name as many as you want. You got a half hour. Go.
Well, I'll give you my 3 because that's what I had to narrow it down to. Obviously, Torn by Natalie Imbruglia because she's literally the first thing that popped in my mind when this topic came up. Next one obviously had to be Carryin by Aerosmith because it just such a great
That's a good
song.
pick. Good
so it
pick.
feels and a great fucking video to go with it.
It was.
And Who Do You Love by Deborah Cox.
Yes.
I fucking
Canadian.
love that one. Love that one.
It's a good song.
We'll have to
It
look
gives
that
me all
one
the
up.
feels. Really?
I don't know if I know that song.
Lindy,
Emma.
it might have been our Canadian bubble why we might have known her a bit
Breaking
more.
my
'Cause-
Canadian heart now, guys.
right?
Yeah.
Joseph, what are your picks?
Just a few real quick. I originally thought about Ace of Base, Don't Turn Around. I mean, it was a huge hit. I got Crying by Aerosmith, Don't Look Back in Anger, Oasis, Barely Breathing by Duncan Sheik. I believe that's
Yeah,
a
that
breakup
was a
song.
great one.
To me,
Yeah.
I've always seen it as a breakup song. Sandcastles in the Sand by Robin Schabotsky.
Great pick.
And this one's for Randy. I know it's not necessarily 90s, but I just got to mention it. Hey, yeah. I mean, I got to throw that one out there.
Yeah. Good pick.
Go back and listen to other ones.
So then
Don't know about that.
I'm throwing There You Go by Pink in the ring too.
Go
There
for
you
it.
go.
You can do it, I
Okay.
can do it. That
There
was
you
like
go.
Jim Green in 2000.
As many as you want. Steffi, what do you got?
So yeah, I kind of agree with End of the Road because I always remember on the OC there was my favorite episode, Rainy Day
Yeah.
Women, and he's like, "Look, why are you listening?" He's like, "This is the saddest song in the world." And then I was watching Fresh Off the Boat the other week, and I said to Joseph that he was going through a breakup, the main character, and he was listening to End of the Road, and they made fun of the video. So it's clearly a very sad song.
It is.
Never Ever by All Saints.
Oh, yeah. Good
I've
one.
heard of that one.
Never
I have
Ever
to-
by All Saints. Wow, I haven't thought of that one in a while.
A to Z,
Right?
yes.
So good. Bottom of My Broken Heart by Britney Spears. Because, it's like that first cute, teeny bopper love. And we're that age. I also had Always Be My Baby, Mariah Carey. Drive Myself Crazy, NSYNC. I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. Criminal, Fiona Apple. And then lastly on my honorable mentions, but it has to be the extended version. It's all coming back to me now because in the extended version, the words where she says, "The empty threats and hollow lies, whenever you tried to hurt me, I just hurt you even more and so much deeper." And I just feel like that's very indicative of a lot of people's relationships when you're in a huge fight and breakups. Like you
Was
just
this
try to hurt
Celine?
each other. Celine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we have, of course, Celine had to be brought up.
Of course.
Canadians on the show. We had to
We
bring
had
up
to.
Celine.
So those were my honorable mentions.
So I'll talk a little bit about my honorable. I had more than 3, sorry, but I'm going to try
Oh,
to.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Long, go ahead.
No, I'm over it. It's fine.
Oh, sorry. I thought I sent an update saying name as many as you want because everybody was like, I can't narrow it down to 3. I was like, well, just name as many as you want. So
I'm not the greatest at checking your Insta messages.
Oh, there you go. You should have been told. So, Long December by Counting Crows.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Derwitz, everybody says he's dated so many beautiful. If you listen to the song, you know why. Legendary Stickman.
He had both friends. He had Courtney Cox and
Yes.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Hey Jealousy by the Gin Blossom, sort of a reflection breakup song. A Return of the Mac, as we covered episode 1, breakup song. Mark
He's a
Morrison.
whiner.
Yes,
He's a whiner.
Heartbreak. Last Goodbye by Jeff Buckley. I also had Linger by the Cranberries. Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. Nobody Knows by the Tony Rich Project. Have y'all heard a song called Sukiyaki by 4 p.m.? It's all because of you. I'm feeling sad.
I know
Oh,
the
yes,
song.
yes,
Yeah.
I know that song.
So that
Sing
song,
it some more. I need to hear it.
It was a cover of a song by Japanese singer Kayu Sakamoto from 1963, and ignorant Americans thought that the Japanese title was too difficult to say, so they titled it Sukiyaki, which is a Japanese beef stew dish. So very just dumb, ignorant American racist stuff there. If I ever fall in love by Shy, which was a great song, Unbreak My Heart, Tony Braxton, and lastly, One More Time by Timmy T. And a great story on this song. Timmy T recorded this on an 808 drum machine that he brought at a garage sale, and he sent his tape out to every local radio station in his hometown on the West Coast. A DJ played the song. It shockingly was #1 on the Billboard. Do you guys remember the song One More Time by Timmy T?
No, I only remember "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Great song. Check it out. I'm sure people my age remember the junior high dances. So
Don't box yourself in, Rand. Don't box yourself in.
before we go on to our selections, we're going to break for a moment and talk a little bit about Athletic Greens. We're excited to tell everyone that it's this episode's sponsor once again. And Athletic Greens, guys, fundamental nutrition for just about everyone. It's fortified with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. And let me tell you all, I played a little basketball this weekend, and, I had my low post game going. I was playing against guys half my age, and I was actually hitting some shots. Well, I called a lot of fouls. I don't know about hitting some shots. And I felt great, and I knew something was different. And I was, getting more cardio in, but Athletic Greens has made a big difference in my life. There's no acidity to it. It tastes great. It's better than pills or capsules. It's easy to drink. It's delicious. And I just felt a lot healthier. It's incredibly convenient. It tastes great. And for your health, for your benefit, we urge you all to check out athleticgreens.com. Get yourself some Athletic Greens. It'll change your life. It'll help you with your workouts, your mental state. It's incredible. And use our special checkout code EMERGING. That's EMERGING. Athleticgreens.com. Check it out. So now we will go on to our selections. And first we have Bob. Who do you got for us, Bob?
Oh, man. This one was pretty easy for me. I had to go with No Doubt's Don't Speak in 1996. It's the most heartbreaking breakup song of the 90s across all genres. Doesn't matter if you're into pop or ska or rock or alternative or grunge, you knew this song, and it broke your heart and hurt you every time you heard it on the radio, which is quite often because it spent 16 long weeks as the most played song on U.S. radio. Kind of ironic. So you couldn't go anywhere, in any mall, in any store, in any elevator without hearing this damn song. And if you're heartbroken, you know it caught you. It got you real good. This song has extremely sad lyrics, even more devastating when you find out that Gwen Stefani wrote them after their bassist, Tony Kanal, also known as the Dumbass, broke up with her after 7 years. I mean, what an idiot, right? If only he knew. If only could see a little bit into the future. I know at least one of y'all has You and Me, I Can See Us Dying, Are We, written in one of your yearbooks. I urge you all to go back and look through them. I guarantee you this is written next to somebody's picture of their ex. The lyrics, the sound, Gwen's broken voice, the popularity of the song, Gwen's rise to superstardom all made this song one of the greatest of the 90s and definitely the best breakup song of the decade. It's one of my favorites. I know it's one of the first songs I think of when I hear 90s breakup song, or any breakup song really. It's a CD that I owned. It's a song that I heard over and over repeatedly a lot. I'm not ashamed to say, it was one of my favorites. What did y'all think about this song? Wait, don't tell me, because it hurts.
I'll kick it off. Ironically enough, Don't Speak is what I tell Bob when it's somebody else's turn to talk on this show. So this was originally a love song as you mentioned, Bob, while Gwen and Tony Kanal were still dating. After they broke up, she rewrote the majority of the lyrics to reflect that, right? Only the chorus remained mostly unchanged. So Gwen Stefani was able to express the breakup while Kanal internalized it. Attaboy, Tony. Compartmentalize the hurtful emotions like a man should, right? It's great because it examines mutually hurt, experiences, the one who is let go and the one who is letting go. So I like that dual perspective, Bob. I thought the song captured it very well. That line, You and Me, I Can See Us Dying, Are We? I love that they explored that aspect of heartbreak. Because when you know it's going to happen, we've all been there in the relationships when we know it's about to end. The months, the weeks, the days that are leading up to the breakup are oftentimes more heartbreaking than the actual breakup. When you know it's about to happen, the foreshadowing, the anticipation. Sonically, it's their best song. The melodies, the Spanish guitar, her voice, it's all very 90s. I think it's a great breakup song, and although Gwen sounds sad, rhythmically, it's not the saddest sounding breakup song. The true saddest part of this song is that Gwen blew up and got bigger than the band, and the video was self-aware, showcasing it. I think it's a great breakup song, but I also think it doesn't really, I think it's more beautiful than it is heartbreaking. What do y'all think?
Gwen is overrated.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I just say, currently I find Gwen is a little overrated just with her whole being married to Blake Shelton right now and being on The Voice. She just kind of annoys me recently. But back in this day, I loved Tragic Kingdom, the album. I loved Sunday Morning, the song. This was prime. I loved No Doubt Gwen at this time, and it is a pretty good song. But like I said, it has that little bit because of the ska. It still has their ska background they came from. It still has that little more uppity to it, that it's not fully like sad or depressing. You still got that little thing that keeps it a little uppity for me, but it's still good. Great song. Love it.
Coincidentally, Sunday Morning Gwen is my favorite Gwen. I don't know why. But no, I think this one is out of all of our selections. When Bob chose this one, I thought to myself, well, that's going to be probably one of the ones that a lot of people might gravitate to. Not you specifically, Steffi, obviously, as you just said. But I think this one's cool. I like this one because this is a breakup kind of happening in front of our eyes, and it's weird. And I think what the difference between maybe some of the selections that we're going to get into, maybe on some of our honorable mentions, these are all breakup songs that I think they're after the fact. And so this one, as you read the lyrics, as you go with the song, I thought it was cool. Like, it's like, I mean, just the opening lines, I feel like I'm losing my best friend, I can't believe this could be the end. This is like the story is being told as it's happening, and you're hearing more and more of it as the song goes. So I do think that was kind of cool. And yeah, most definitely, it's probably one of the more well-known and probably more recognized breakup songs. So this is it's a really good pick.
Lindy,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I would agree with everything everybody said, although I think she's been overrated since Hell Back Girl, just saying. Yeah, no, I really liked how they did the music video to this song, because it was about her and was it Andre, right? That's his name?
Tony.
Tony Canal.
Andre's the other guy, right?
Adrian
Adrian, not
is the drummer.
Sorry. My apologies.
Andre's a giant.
I was gonna say Andre 3000.
But I do love how they related the video to the song and her becoming more of the star than the band. Like, you really saw the hurt and the pain on all of their faces, including hers. But I have to make one comment about the video. If she would not get away with it now, would be the bindi that she wears.
Oh yeah. Good point.
Not get away with that now.
Yeah.
She did a lot of that back then, but
She did.
That's a different
Her and
time.
Madonna.
That's
not
true,
not necessarily that thing, but just like her style in general. She was always like
Centric.
but nowadays, I probably couldn't do it. So.
In the Oi to the World video, she's got a little bit more of Indian dressing and style in that too as well.
Song.
It is great song.
Yeah. And maybe you could speak on this a little bit, Bob, but that song sort of explores how this person in your life is your favorite person, your best friend, and once that relationship ends, it seems like the totality. It's like, how do you spend all these months and years with this person by your side, and you love everything about this person, but once the breakup occurs, that's it. I mean, this person is a different realm, maybe out of your life, or a different relationship. Was that part of your reason?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Then reading the whole backstory, she had been with Tony for over 7 years, and it was like her first serious boyfriend, and her breaking up with him, not a mutual thing. I'm sure it was extremely heartbreaking for her. If you read the lyrics, I think the lyrics are extremely underrated. The lyrics are very sad. They're very heartbreaking. Like Joseph said, you can see it all developing. It's not just like the aftermath of them breaking up. It's like happening right there in real time, which I think helps it to stand out a little bit.
It's a great breakup song. I think it's on everybody's top 10 at least. It's just rhythmically, I think a lot of people think like, what
you want it to sound more like More Than Words. I get it.
Yeah. I want to be
I want to be more sad.
I want my soul to be ripped from me. Yes, exactly.
Agreed.
Well, this is probably another reason why this band actually survived, because they made a heartbreak song that sounded a little more like themselves, rather than changing their entire sound to make a heartbreak song. Really soft and really sad, and then after them, never heard from again.
Good point.
I relate so hard to this song.
Did you break up with your bassist too? You gotta elaborate.
We were together over 7 years, and it killed me to break up with him, but I had to.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You
gotta. But I'm super fucking happy now, getting married in 5 months. Yay!
All right, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right.
So, actually, Lindy,
Don't do it.
Then you
Yeah, I'm up. It's my turn, right?
It's your turn.
Right. So
let's hear about how happy you are
with this song, which is hopefully you don't experience this song in your relationship.
I can't say I personally relate to this song because this particular thing has never happened to me with children involved. But I went with "You Were Mine" by the Chicks, only because this song gives me probably the most physical reaction when listening to a breakup song. It's like, you hear sad songs that can make you cry. This song makes me cry every time I listen to it. Every single time. And one of the lines in it that really, really gets me is the part where it says, I can give you 2 good reasons to show you love's not blind. He's 2 and she's 4, and you know they adore you.
Oh,
So
yeah,
how can I tell them you changed your mind?
Yes.
Like that, just thinking about it makes me want to cry right now. Like I can feel it. I'm just, like, yeah. But I love this song so much. And if I'm ever in a really shitty mood, if I'm sad, I'll throw on this song and just remember my life's not this bad.
Joseph, speak on it.
Speak.
Sorry, I didn't know you were. It was gonna be that
Joseph's too
short.
busy wiping the tears from his eyes. Before he started. Go ahead, Joseph. It's
He hugged
okay.
his dog and he ran back.
So this pick, it's easy. It's very easy to listen to. I know they were the Dixie Chicks, the Chicks now, but I think that Natalie is her name. Clearly the real star out of them all. Just saying.
How dare you?
No,
Jesus
look,
Christ.
dude. No, but
She
listen.
is.
Like I said, I don't really know them, so maybe there's other songs off of the mini albums that they've done where the other 2 girls are featured. But it seems like every single that was released, you clearly hear Natalie more. So I that's just, to me, like, I've always just put the Chicks is Natalie. But anyway, that's just thing. Good story in the song. Now single mother, from what I gather. Trying to make sense of her former lover up and leaving her for someone new. The lyrics seem typical, basic breakup heartbreak song in the beginning, but like you mentioned, that end part, that's where I can give you 2 good reasons. He's 2 and she's 4, and you know they adore you. God, like that's the part that gives you the song the little extra and tugs at your heartstrings. And I think and you think to yourself, God, what a douchebag. So I think so. Yeah, at first it's an easy song to listen to. Like I mentioned, great music, and like I said, the lyrics aren't too crazy or nothing too fancy, but then it gets you with that end part, and I thought that was crazy. Again, strong candidate based on the lyrics alone. The music is somber and it adds to it, and I think it's a really good selection, to be honest with you, based on that one part alone.
Go for it, Lindy. Go for it, Steph. Go for it, Steph.
What? You have that face.
Oh, I do, because for me, well, for one, I'll say for when it comes to Chicks, I would rather go with Cold Day in July or Without You. The reason, and
Yes.
I go against every single one of you because I was this child of divorce, and it is not always this fault. This one triggers me, and it actually makes me very angry at this song.
Why didn't you tell me this when I chose it?
You know my situation. You know exactly how it happened. But for me, any cheesy ploy in a breakup using children, because I'm a child of divorce. My mom used me in that sort of way with my dad. And so to me, it puts me in that, like, almost like bringing me back to my childhood triggering situation. So for me, I find it always a weak ploy to use children because I was that child. So that's the reason I can't do this one. Like I said, Cold Day in July or Without You, absolutely. And I can see why other people would love it. It's the children thing and that. But because I was the kid, I have a very different view on the song.
I'll add to that one. I
ahead.
think this song's a little bit too serious for me. I mean, it's 96. We were teens. We were, we weren't adults yet, and the topic of it is divorce. So I couldn't really connect to it as a big time breakup song. Although if you're getting divorced, this is definitely
fair.
the anthem for it.
Absolutely.
This isn't the high school breakup type of first love type of thing. This is like the real shit. This is real. So I don't know. It's just a song I couldn't really connect to as well. Like now, I mean, nowadays as you're older, yeah, of course, but. Thinking back on it, like when did it come out? In like 95, 96?
97,
Oh,
I think.
97. Yeah, so like we were still teens, so I really wouldn't be able to connect to this back then. Without You, definitely that one. I think that one has the edge.
Or
over
like
this one. That one's more of a sadder
Cold
song
Day in
for me.
July, where she's like, you said it would be a cold day in July when you'd leave me. Like that's, especially in Texas. I'm sure you guys don't have cold days in July.
Never. We
So,
didn't have cold days in November.
Exactly. So it's, he would never leave her. Come on. And he did. So
I have to applaud this selection. This was the only song from our selections I had never heard. And it was a complete. I know we're from Texas. I have never heard this song I can't name 5 Dixie Chicks songs to save my life.
I thought Without You is like their biggest hit. Well, like to me, it's one of their biggest hits, and it's a really sad song.
I have to agree with Joseph. I think Natalie Maines is the star of. I can't even name what are the other two? Winona and
Marty
what?
and Emily.
Naomi? Okay, I have
Wilson
no idea.
Phillips, is that what you're naming, right?
So Natalie
Hold
Maines,
on for one more day.
it's such a tremendous voice. The fact that they brought parenting kids into this song when she's singing that lyric that you just mentioned, Lindy. How am I going to explain it to our 2 young children? That was tough. How am I going to? And I mean, how is she going to explain their father's puto behavior? I mean, it's just it's horrible.
You have to explain that one to our millennial friends.
You just say it. You literally just have to say it. Unfortunately,
it's horrible. I think the fact that they're all singing sort of takes away from the sting and the excoriation, because I know that they're, harmonizing, and I get it. It makes for a better sonically enticing song, but they're all singing. I wish this was like a Natalie Maines solo acoustic version. I think it would have given more effect. They still have each other, and they still take their wine tours, and they still make their charcuterie boards together. So they're not exactly lonely, okay?
It's charcuterie, sir, and they're delicious.
Good. I love the cheese. All right, I'm having a hard time feeling sorry for 3 ladies who perpetually look like they can afford below ground pools and have some nice Airbnbs to stay in. Their ski trips and their TikTok dances will endure. They'll be okay. It's the kids who I feel sorry for. And judging by the Dixie Chicks 90s hairstyles, it's the restaurant managers they'll encounter who I feel sorry for. But I do have one suggestion for this music video. Eric Roberts recast as the asshole husband, I think would have been phenomenal. Eric Roberts.
Yes.
What's
Eric
wrong with
Roberts for everything.
The best or what?
Why do we want to make that guy the bad guy? Like, is it his look?
It's because
Like,
his
what is
sister
Must
was
be
so
his
much
look,
nicer.
yeah.
His sister was so much nicer.
He has a beautiful, young, talented daughter who is probably the sweetest thing in all her movies. This guy looks like a piece
Have
of
you seen
shit
her,
asshole.
her latest stuff? She's not the sweetest thing. Joseph, get off the Disney Channel, Joseph.
I didn't even know she was in Disney, so that says something about you.
I mean, she might be a child of divorce too, because that guy's just he plays just a perfect asshole in everything he's in. So I would have recasted him. So we'll go on with Joseph's selection. Who do you got for us, Joseph?
All right, I picked "Let Her Cry" by Hootie and the Blowfish. The lyrics tell the story of a patient man in love with a woman who is irresponsible alcoholic. He keeps trying to save her and salvage the relationship, even as he sees the toll it's taking on him and the probable futility of his attempts to keep it together. That's supposedly what this means. Okay, what this story is about. To be honest with you, except that's what these lyrics are supposedly about, or the story that it tells. But in real life, supposedly this song was written, actually all that bullshit is about Darius Rucker's behavior in a previous relationship. So for the song, he switched the gender roles of how the story is being told. With that being said, I just wanted to say technically that's what the story is about, but I hope that with my song and with your song, each of you all had your own interpretation to what the lyrics meant. To me, I always hear this song as, yes, a relationship that clearly isn't working out, and both of them are trying to make it work. I woke up alone, found a note saying, I'll maybe be back someday, wanted to look for you. You walked in, I didn't know what I should do. I mean, it's all there if you listen to out this whole song, and the lyrics just keep going. It's clearly, I didn't hear the alcohol part or the drugs or situation. I've never really heard that until I actually looked it up. So to me, I always just thought it was a song about just a very poor relationship between 2 people that clearly can't or want to try to make it work, and it just doesn't, and they're still for some reason living with each other. I know this song, I mean, when I hear it, that's the lyrics are all there. It's all clearly in the songs. I've seen firsthand how this song affects men when they're drinking and in the midst of a heartbreak. I saw this once at a party when we were younger. I'll just leave it at that. Bob knows.
Was it you, Bob?
Don't mention no, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't him, but I'm not going to
say. I'm the life of the party.
Yeah, but
the death of the party.
So I'm just telling you, Bob can confirm the effects that this song had on a man in the midst of a breakup situation and when alcohol was involved. I mean, let her cry. I mean, it happened. Like, let's just put that out. I mean, but yeah, that part to me has always been like really, really heartbreaking. Again, to me, I've always seen them as living together. The part where he says, last night I tried to leave, cried so much I could not believe. Like you all are killing each other. To me, that's the song has always, like I said, meant. She was the same girl I fell in love with long ago. This is the first time, I guess, I mentioned really drug issues where she went in the back to get high. I had never, like I said, seen it as drugs or alcohol being the issue in the relationship. I just thought the person went to go get high to try and take their mind off of it. But that that part in this part, I think right here makes everybody like fucking, especially like in the instance of the story that I told a little bit right now without names. I sat down on my couch and cried, yelling, "Oh mama, please help me." Like that shit. Like you can be like drunk, and if you're really in a bad situation, you hear that shit, you might, do the Sinead O'Connor one tear thing at that point. That's probably, and then she walk away. A song about in the midst of a breakup, as opposed to the prior or the aftermath. We're seeing two people that like can't get this shit to work, doing harm to each other by staying together, and just watching it all, like it's all falling apart throughout this song. So that's why I picked this song.
Did you get choked up there? Attaboy, Joseph. It's a great song.
Birds were chirping too. All right.
You heard birds?
Yeah.
I got earphones on. I can't hear shit.
Steffi, what do you got to say about this song?
I do like this one. Also being the country fan, I love Darius because he went country now, and one of his songs, "If I Told You," so good. So I am also down for this. I love it. I had said the exact same thing. Like maybe wrote a note, maybe someday I'll be back someday. Like that kind of hits home because over the years I've talked to so many guys that have said some girls have just ran out on them so often. Like don't leave a note, they pack up and like they're at work and they come home and the girl's stuff is gone. And so like I just feel like in that song, like that just very much represents apparently a lot of girls out there. I've never been one of them, thank God. I have always faced my breakups, but I have heard I've met a lot of guys, even some of my exes over the years that have been through this. And I'm just like, how can a girl be so like vicious like that to not even explain to him why she's leaving, why she's going and stuff? Like it hurts and it sucks, but you gotta do it. So I agree. Like this, like, and yeah, you sit down on your couch and cry and you just, so yeah, I kind of agree with this one. It was definitely like, I think it's one of those feely ones. It's pretty good.
It's funny that Joseph mentioned the whole buddy crying. That's what I had in my notes. This is a song you make fun of your buddy for listening to in the middle of a party. Yeah, it's a sad song, but I always picture that now. I think our buddy kind of ruined this song for us. I don't see it.
Does he listen to us?
Song
No.
As a sad song. You know exactly who he is. Anyways,
you know who he is, but we're not gonna say names.
Name afterwards, and you'll be like, holy shit. Anyways, yeah, like that's what I can't get that out of my head. Us being at a party, everybody having a good time, and this guy putting it on, like skipping to the next song and putting it on, and you're like, what the fuck? And this was back in the day before iPod. This is like a CD.
Did he put it on repeat too?
And putting on a CD.
I'm sure we heard it more than once that night.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh yes. Ruining the vibe. Everybody go home. The party's over. I don't get let me ask you a question, Joe. So why does he call out for his mom? Do you get, he's that heartbroken? That's something that kind of always, granted,
I think
his name did it in with shit, now I'm blanking, Bohemian Rhapsody, but why do you think he calls out for his mom here?
I think go ahead, Joseph.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Randy.
No, I think that's what he's like. Oh, mama, that's what he calls his woman. Like, hey, mama, like just the way Slater would call Jesse Spano, mama. But that's my theory. Joseph, what do you think?
No, I think he's actually like, and I don't know his personal story, his actual Jarius Rucker's actual mother, but maybe it was a point of view like where the individual in this song is, I don't know, maybe he's calling out to his mother like, mom, help me, like I'm fucking heartbroken, and we as people, men and women, I mean, who do we run to when we're just fucking hurting? We run to our mothers, or alcohol, or something.
No, that's a good point, Jess. That's a good point. Who usually runs to? You run to your mom, right?
The other thing I would say is like if his mom if we knew in a previous she's passed on, maybe he can reach out to his mama is just screaming out to her because she's not around. Who knows?
So
good point.
Sometimes you just need your mommy.
Just need your mommy. It's true.
Now, although, like I said, I've never heard the song as that, like a man who's with a woman who drinks and does drugs nonstop and who supports her and tries to help her and still be by her side even though she does all this shit. I never heard it as that. Again, as I read though, he said that he switched the roles of that. I don't know why. You just do the song about yourself. Like I don't know. It's kind of weird to switch the roles and say, "Oh, it's the women who's the fucking problem." And when
he was trying to get other women,
when it was really him.
Exactly why.
He didn't want to come off as super toxic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess, but yeah, I never heard it as that. I hope, like I said, that each of these I believe each of these songs kind of have had their own interpretation or own meaning when you heard it. So that's kind of like how I've always seen this song. I not like how it's described, I guess.
And the still living together part in this housing market, I could understand why they still have to live together after a breakup. For crying,
man.
Jeez.
Maybe they live with his mother. That's why he's like, "Oh, mama, how are we gonna make the rent?
How are we gonna make the rent, mama?
Fuck our housing market.
$2,000 a month for rent. How are we gonna feed ourselves? Come on.
For a 1-bedroom.
For a 1-bedroom, $2,000 a month. Come on.
Like, fuck.
And groceries.
Nowhere, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh.
Let her be. Just
Let her be. Let her cry.
Let you paying the rent. Do you like your internet? Who's gonna pay for the Netflix account?
I don't pay for my Netflix account, so.
Lindy, what?
Don't let anybody know that.
Yes, don't tell them.
They'll keep raising the price on us.
What are your thoughts on this song, Lindy?
Oh man, this couple is super toxic. They need to just fucking separate.
I got that.
That's what I hear when I hear this song. I'm just like, wow, you guys just need to take some time. Like, he writes him a note and fucks off, doesn't tell him where she's leaving. Maybe she has told him repeatedly and he just hasn't heard her yet. So she was like, well, fuck you, and snapped and left. I've been there. And then she comes back as an addict, because that's how I view it.
That's me too. Me
She
too.
fucked off to deal with her emotional issues from her toxic relationship. So she goes out and starts doing drugs, comes back as an addict, and he's got to leave her in order to not get dragged down with her.
Maybe she was always an addict and went on a bender?
I definitely feel that too.
Right?
I relate to the song as well.
I think it's
It's
hands
one of
down.
those, like,
Go
you're
ahead.
better off without her songs. You're better
Yes.
off without her songs.
Yes. And I would say, it's hands down their best song. That's not saying much. No, Hootie and the Blowfish is actually a really good band. I enjoyed them. Cracked Rear View was a huge album in 1994, so much so that their next album, Fairweather Johnson, was rushed and it didn't get as much acclaim, so they kind of messed up on it. Hootie and the
Mess up with the
Blowfish.
title.
Hootie and the Blowfish was a very different band. They looked like four buddies who would play at a small bar at a beach, and they exploded thanks to MTV, David Letterman, and everyone who realized, hey, it's okay to be happy up until this song, right? This song, I believe, saved them from being a one-trick band. All their songs were very sing-songy, talking about holding hands, talking about I want to be with you, and then they released this song, and that made them a band that was, the epitome of like, okay, they're singing about heartbreak. And they didn't do that before. And they did it very well with this song. And Darius Rucker has modestly stated, if this is the song that defines the band's legacy, he would be fine with it. And rightfully so, because it's an incredible song. In an interview, he also stated he reversed the roles, Joseph, you mentioned this, of the song. And it's being sung about from the perspective of his girlfriend at the time, not his. The ultimate, I can't fix the person I'm in love with, so I have to let him go. What a gut punch, but they don't let go. And I'm gonna tell you about this in a minute. The fact that they look so mild-mannered, Hootie and the Blowfish, makes it even more so relatable. These guys weren't wearing like leather chaps and they didn't have like cool hair. They look like everyday guys. So when we see a guy in a ball cap and a bunch of dudes who look like, college students singing about heartbreak, we relate to that more. So I think the visceral aspect really helped us out. And here are my two gripes, Joseph. And we've all been there. We've all had to sit and have a beer with that friend who has his or her heart broken, right? 3 beers into that friend hurting, the emotions are pouring and the memories, and you're there for them. It's getting kind of annoying, right? And this song is your friend after about the 6th or 7th beer, mixing with a few shots. The "Oh mama, please help me, won't you hold my hand?" And it gets annoying. What I'm trying to say is that the song at its crescendo represents every annoying, dramatic, over-the-top, overtly emotional drunk friend who couldn't handle the impending demise of their relationship. And I should know because I've been that guy, right? And then number 2, actually, I don't go out and get, high every time I get dumped. I go and get another degree. That's why I have a terminal degree. Every time I got dumped, I went back to college. So that's why I have a PhD. And that's a true story. We won't get into it. But number 2, is this really a song about a breakup? I think it's about a guy trying to salvage a damaged relationship. And in some parts of the song, he's enabling his girlfriend's toxic behavior instead of leaving her or helping her. I think it's a guy who is, woe is me, I'm not going to leave this girl. If she leaves, whatever, let her cry, let her go. But he's not doing anything to break up the relationship of this horribly toxic, relationship that they have going on.
He does say let her be, though. I think, like, if she leaves and let her be, then stop going after her.
The sun comes up tomorrow.
Yeah, let it be. Let it go.
Yeah, no, okay, I got you there, but to me, like, yeah, the breakup part, like how they mentioned, as well, although it's subtle, it's really just, yeah, and it's like he's finally like saying, like, just let her go, let her be, and sun comes up tomorrow, just let her be, like, it's done, it's over, like, just fucking let it go. And I think he did that. I think no. So I think but I hear your point, and that's kind of throughout that's. Basically throughout the whole song, you hear these people that just can't, or the guy that can't let go, or the people that just shouldn't be together. But yeah, in the end, it's just let her go, let her be. So Joseph, I think it does qualify.
If you could shout the "Whoa, Mama, please help me" part, we'll let you win this one. If you could do it just like Darius,
no.
Try?
No, not even gonna try. My dog will flip out and start barking, and then we'll have to edit that out.
Let's go on with Steffi's pick. What do you got for us, Steffi?
All right, so my pick is kind of, which is funny because you asked the whole about the visuals with videos and stuff. This is kind of why I sort of picked mine, was because the song and the video just go hand in hand together. It tells the story in the video. I chose Always by Bon Jovi. It was released in 1994. It was a new song on the Crossroads Greatest Hits album. It was actually supposed to be originally written for a movie called Romeo is Bleeding, but they were unimpressed, and he decided to go unimpressed with the movie, so he decided to not put it in the movie anymore. The song spent 6 months on Billboard Top 10 and became their best-selling single in the US, 1 million copies US, 3 million worldwide. Only number 4 in the US, but it hit number 1 in Canada and other countries. Yeah, because we know the value of music. Sorry, guys. And then, so there was actually, it's certified platinum and gold. There are 3 different versions of it. There's an album version, a single version, and a radio edit. The video stars Carrie Russell, Jason Wiles, and Carla Gugino.
Yes.
Gugino?
Yep.
Yeah, I got it right the first time.
Yep.
Jack Noseworthy.
And Jack Noseworthy, yeah.
And Jack Noseworthy. Yep, no, that's right there too. Yep.
Was he the painter? Was he the painter?
No, he is
Think
the.
so.
No, he was the original boyfriend.
Oh, the original.
Oh, the original boyfriend. Okay.
The blonde.
And it was directed by American television director Marty Callner. And it has actually amassed over 813 views as of March 2022 on YouTube as well. So it has still clearly found views as well since, post the MTV Much Music world. The song just talks about a guy and how he's being broken up with. And it's funny because it actually starts with this Romeo is bleeding. So hence the movie Romeo is Bleeding, kind of funny. And he just talks, the video kind of, I don't know if it portrays the same thing, but the video is basically, this guy said, he's this girl just dating some guy. She goes out to do a painting, cheats on her boyfriend, and then he kind of revenge cheats with Carrie Russell, I believe, or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I'd watched the video.
It's reverse. It's in reverse.
Reverse.
Yeah, he cheats on her with Carrie Russell, and then she goes and cheats.
She goes and cheats on the painter.
Yes.
That's what it is.
So much friend.
And then he ends up burning the painting after he finds out, which, come on, that's like, just that visual of just how upset he is and how angry you are after finding out someone cheats on you, to burn this thing that she thought was so valuable. And you just see her heart break as he does it. The song, it's just such a great song. It's been raining since you left me. He's drowning in the flood. He's always been a fighter. Without her, he gives up. You just feel this guy longing for the girl in the song. Your pictures that you left behind are just memories of a different life. How many times have any of us gone through boxes of old breakups, ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend pictures, and you're like, and at some point, depending, you can look back if you're far enough away and be like, you know what, that was worth some good times. It's definitely a different person, a different life of myself. But, you can look at, it's just, I don't know. I just like this one because it just encapsulates all of the whole breakup.
I'll kick it off. First of all, I think on Instagram we all should post pictures of our exes, just as a as an homage to this song.
Right?
No.
You definitely want to relate to that Dixie Chick song, don't you, Ren? You're gonna get divorced after you do that.
This Romeo is bleeding, but you can't see his blood. Epic intro. I love that intro to that song. So this video, as you mentioned, Steffi, featured those 2 90 actor guys whose name I can't remember. Bon Jovi, of course, Carla Gugino, and Felicity, Carrie Russell. And it was like a 6-minute hair salon commercial. Everybody had tremendous hair. Everybody, I have no hair, but everybody in this video, I was so jealous. I could only watch 2 minutes of it, and I had to stop it because everybody's hair. So I want to ask this question. And I was going to ask specifically to Bob and Joseph, but everybody. Wait, no guy in his right mind would pick Felicity over Carla Gugino, especially in the 90s. What do you guys think? I like Carla Gugino.
Felicity had nicer hair.
No, yes. Carla Gugino was perfection.
They're both very, very beautiful.
They're very beautiful. They're very beautiful.
But I mean, Carla Gugino does not. I mean, she doesn't age either. Well, both of them don't. I mean, they're. Both
I know they both look exactly.
They're all vampires. Everybody's a vampire in Hollywood. In Hollywood, yeah.
Do you want to die?
Yeah. Speaking of Gwen,
that song is about vampire. By the way, Joseph.
I think it's a great heartbreak perspective. The guy cheats on his girlfriend and knows that he screwed up, and he's his obsession's a little unsettling. Some of the lyrics, "I'll be there till the stars don't shine, till the heavens burst, till the words don't rhyme." So yeah, you're getting rid of a psychopath here. So I think it's a little obsessive. This was before social media and before the technology we have now, but I think the behavior this Jack Noseworthy's character demonstrates in the video is very unsettling and almost borderline abusive and just very scary. So
Jesus Christ.
This is more of a warning sign than it is a breakup song. Like, get rid of this guy or get rid of this girl that's going to totally ruin your life. And I think it serves as more of a warning sign, but great song. I love it. What do you guys think?
Honestly, I had never heard this song until you selected it, Steffi. So I had to go and
preface it.
Y'all let me finish.
Joseph, preface it. Joseph does not. He's not a fan of Bon Jovi, right, Joseph?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, I'm not really a fan of Bon Jovi.
Not even at a strip club?
Well, is Bon Jovi stripping? Maybe.
Go ahead.
Fan of 50 Cent, but I know in the club, like.
Go ahead, Joseph.
True.
Sorry.
I did read the backstory and how it was written for the failed movie and how he decided not to allow it.
Stop rubbing your hands.
And sorry.
Keep rubbing your hands.
Sorry. You can hear that?
Yes, we think of everything.
I didn't know you guys can hear that. Well, we're here to talk about the song, so I'll leave the visual out of this argument. Although I did find the video a bit cheesy, and I mean, come on, is it necessary for the guys to take their shirts off? Like, especially the painter. Like, oh, this shirt is getting in the way of my creativity.
Harry Russell had to strip down, so did the guys.
I got some paint on my bicep.
No muscle tone whatsoever. This was before creatine.
So I mean,
before athletic greens.
So I'm trying not to put the visual on the song together, but so the Romeo is Bleeding part I thought was a little bit cheesy. I know that I did with you over there. Oh, it's a great opening. I didn't think so. The Romeo is Bleeding part I thought it was. I mean, I know it was written for the movie, so I thought hey, if it was written for the movie, well then that works. But when he decided to shelve it and then revisit it and redo it, he should have cut that part out. I mean, there's no point to it anymore. I got a little confused with the chorus part. To me, it sounds more like wedding vows, like he's stating all these things that he would have said when he's getting married. Like, so that was I saw that, so I was wondering, is this really like a breakup song? It's just like a love letter, but you go further into it, and yes, and you hear more stuff. Like, I noticed the similarities in most of our songs, mainly memories and pictures left behind. I think that comes out a lot. I think those two things are in at least 3 of our 5 selections, maybe even 4. But that's what breakups are, right? Old pictures and fading memories. This is, to me, totally an 80s style power ballad, even though it was in 1994. I think Bon Jovi was still like riding that. I mean, I know he was big in the 80s, and to go back to what I said, I didn't really know this song. To me, Bon Jovi is like, what's the song, Wanted Dead or Alive, and then I don't know anything about you until It's My Life, because It's My Life was like everywhere. So I didn't even know, like, it was like from one day to the next, Wanted Dead or Alive, It's My Life. I don't know anything else.
You don't know Bad Medicine?
Oh, okay.
Bed of Roses, also a good song. But more of a
at
love
first,
song
I didn't
versus
know
breakup.
Bad Medicine was a Bon Jovi song. I knew the song, but I didn't know it was him. I just really get that vibe from this song, that it's more in that 80s style of power ballad, broken heart. So it's not like dark, I guess, or I don't want to say dark, because we've talked about 90s music we've talked about 90s music and how we were in this time where we got more heavier songs, maybe deeper, darker songs. So I see it as that more than anything. So it kind of takes, it personally takes away from like this 90s style, even though obviously, like I said, but it is, I do hear the breakup S of it. I just get confused a little bit with like the chorus that I mentioned. How I thought it seems more like a vow, like I'm vowing to love you, but you're already broken. So you're broken up. So why are you vowing to keep going? Anyway.
So it's kind of like that decade's Every Breath You Take, where everybody was using that song for their wedding.
Why would you compare it to that song?
Okay, Bob. Well, let's get.
No. Lindy looks like she's ready to rip in a
Lindy.
I want to hear what Lindy has to say.
She's gonna kill me. Everybody wants to kill me.
I never fucking heard that song. I'm just podcasting. No, I think this is a really good choice. This is also a song that I would put on when I was feeling kind of heartbroken myself. When in relation to the video and the whole, like, you asked like why he would go for Carrie Russell over Carla Gugino. I think it's I always viewed this. I always think as Carla Gugino and Carrie Russell's characters are like sisters, where the younger one is just living with her older sister and her boyfriend. That's the way I see it. That's what I thought it was. And so it's the younger sister aspect, and she does have beautiful fucking hair. Like,
yes.
Thank you.
Amazing hair.
But yeah, and then Carla goes and does she even cheat on him, or does she just get painted nude? Like, I don't remember. I did watch the video. It was a few days ago. I just don't remember. So like, if she even cheat on him, but he was just painting her, right?
Doesn't she wake up naked and he leaves or something?
No, maybe.
Remember. Oh yeah, she wakes up naked in his bed and he's not there. But
then she calls her blonde boyfriend and tells him. I'm all for being honest, but why would you invite him over to the fucking studio just so he can fucking burn it down?
She didn't tell him. She showed him the painting and he flipped out because she was naked in the painting.
Didn't he stab it? Wasn't he?
Yeah, he stabbed it first.
And then burned it.
And
burned
then
the whole
violent.
in place of the ground.
So violent.
He's bad news.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I just don't understand her actions in this. He cheated first, so he's totally the fucking douchebag.
And real quick, I just want to say, because like I said, I didn't want to. It's about the song, so I didn't want to put the two together. I didn't agree with you, Steph. I think you said that the video went with the song. I didn't hear in the song that the guy cheated. Did he say that? In the video, the guy is like he cheats on the girl. He's a douchebag, and then he gets pissed off when the girl goes off and does her own thing. I don't hear any of that in the song. I hear the song is just like, just kind of breakup lyrics. And like I said, the confusing part that I got in the chorus. So I didn't think that the video went with the song.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Like, I think that
which is why you separate the visual from the song.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do it. Like, I think with Don't Speak, the video and the song kind of go hand in hand, and it like enhances the song. And I think this one,
like Let Her Cry, the video makes no sense.
I
don't know what's going on in the video,
from top to bottom or bottom to top, different camera angles. First of all, Bon Jovi has the voice of an angel like Michael Bolton. Okay, so you can't really talk shit about him with that. I liked this song the first time I heard it when it was I'll Remember You by Skid Row, because that's exactly what it reminds me of. It seems like, it honestly seems like a song that Bon Jovi sings so he can get girls at his concerts to go backstage. Like, I could see him like wiping a tear from his eye and then turning around and winking at the girl in the front row. You know what I mean? I can't take it too seriously for this one. It is a good song. It is a good little breakup song, but it's going to piss a lot of people off. This is just like Randy's pick when we did best cover song. It's like singing in front of a mirror to yourself, and I think that's what he's kind of doing. Singing it to get that was Whitney Houston, by the way. He's just like singing it with no emotion, just so that way he can, get the girls in the front row to come backstage and hang out.
By the way, Bon Jovi's been happily married since like 1984, so I don't know if that was his, that was his sort of target. But you know what? Good interpretation. And,
how do you know he's been happily married? How do you know? I know. It's Gardner's my cousin.
So we'll go on to my selection. So I selected "You Ought to Know" by Alanis Morissette. Those first lyrics. I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. Bullshit. Alanis unleashed this extemporaneous indignation as soon as the song breaks, and reveals what it's truly about. So I love the fact that, you know, the song starts off like, okay, she's letting go of her boyfriend and you know, who cheated, and then bam, she like right in the second verse or right in the second line, she breaks into what the song is really about. I thought that was brilliant. You don't hear a lot of songs do that. She starts comparing herself to her ex's current lover, and I mean, a lot of us do that, right? I'm better than him or I'm better than her. But you know, in my case, the lyrics would be, can he make a breakfast quiche like me? Can he kick ass in Mario Kart like me? You know, it wouldn't be the shit that Alanis was talking about. This song is scathing. This woman is hurt. She doesn't want the couple to fail. She wants her ex to fuck off and die like he promised he would once they broke up. You know, she went down on you in a theater. I can't even get somebody to share their fucking Raisinets with me. So that's the kind of girlfriend Alanis was. How do you dump a girl like that? And what compounds all this is the only thing worse than being broken up with is your ex finding somebody immediately. I think that's happened to a lot of us where you kind of figured, was this going on behind the scenes? Was this somebody laying in waiting because, you know, there's nothing worse than your ex moving on within, you know, weeks, months or whatever, while you're still trying to figure out what just happened to the relationship. And that's what Alanis is demonstrating in this song. If you watch the Alanis Morissette doc on HBO Max, the one she's disavowed, you know, publicly, there's a cool story where this rock DJ in LA played this song and the phone lines were flooded. People rushed the office in mass hysteria, human sacrifice, cats and dogs living together. It was mayhem because this song just exploded. And it's a scathing song about who, Bob? Who's this song about?
Uncle fucking Joey.
Not Uncle Joey.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, Uncle Joey. Yeah, I'm
Uncle
sorry.
Joey.
Dave Coulier.
Dave
So-
Coulier, the Canadian that did it to her. Jeez.
In a 2008 interview with the Calgary Herald, Coulier claimed that this song is about their former rocky relationship. The actor-comedian said that he first heard the track when he was driving. And he said, I said, wow, this girl is angry. And then I said, oh man, I think it's Alanis. And Coulier revealed, I listened to this song over and over again, and I said, I think I have really hurt this person. Well, no shit, Uncle Joey. You fucked her. Alanis poured her heart. This song is both vulnerable and about not taking the loss of someone sitting down. It's angry, it's visceral, and most importantly, it's honest. And we've all been there. We all have felt the exact same way she did, only the people we felt that way about didn't have a chipmunk in a suit as a hand puppet. So I love the fact that this song is so raw, it's visceral. It's not about taking the breakup sitting down. It's about, you hurt me so bad that I am going to express myself in song and anger and tell you to go fuck yourself. What do y'all think about this song?
I think your argument right there kind of gave me my rebuttal right there. Yes, okay, there's clearly a breakup subject matter, but I don't necessarily, and this goes back to the question that you posed in the beginning, I'm getting over this heartbreak. I don't think this is an I'm getting over this heartbreak song or I'm heartbroken breakup song. This is a straight up, and this isn't me saying that I don't like the song. I mean, we all love this song. I see this as a revenge. This is, I'm airing everything out. I'm telling the world what you did, what I did for you. You're a fucking asshole. You die. And it's complete revenge. She immortalized this guy in song. We hear this song, we know who it's about. It's fucking Uncle Joey.
First off, Full House immortalized Uncle Joey, sir.
You know, I mean,
never
it's
referred to as Uncle Joey, by the way.
Yeah, he's just Joey.
yeah, I don't see this as it's a great song. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, we all love this. I've just never kind of looked at this I mean, it has its elements, but I look at it more as the angry revenge song, the I'm gonna destroy you forever in song, and like I said, she did.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I kind of agree with that. Kind of how sort of happened a little bit, I find, in that mid to late 90s. Girls were there was kind of almost like a little bit of a rise in the girls in the alternative space and being angry and doing that. Like I said earlier, Criminal and Fiona Apple, where she's like, I could break a boy just because I can. Like, these girls were just doing a rise, and they're like, we're gonna try and finally get our stuff out there. So we got that angry girl rock, and you know, our girl came from Canada. We love her, so of course we're always gonna say, yeah, Alanis. And the Vic said, yeah, she's just, yeah. And just like, are you thinking of her when you fuck me? Like, come on, what kind of, like, who else would say that? I kind of agree that it's sort of, like, when you say something like that, it kind of feels a little revengey in a way versus the full-on breakup. But who doesn't want to scream this when you're angry, when you're at someone? It is one of those great breakup songs to get it out. Be like, yeah!
Lindy?
I think you're all right. I think this is a very big fuck you, like, I don't need your shit anymore, just fucking choke and die kind of song. Which, not gonna lie, I've listened to this one after, like, my first boyfriend cheated on me, and that was definitely on my rotation. And I need to just address the whole Dave Coulier thing. I'm not saying it wasn't him. I totally think it was. It's totally written about him. But 6 different guys have come forward and taken credit for this song. I couldn't tell you who they are because I couldn't actually find it. But Alanis did. I was reading an interview with Alanis, and she would not fucking spill who it was about. Dave Coulier did take credit for it, but he retracted it again a few years later. So no one's actually.
She probably threatened to stab his ass.
How many people did she go to the movies with? And
37.
One in particular.
In a row.
I'm really surprised. Oh, go ahead, Lindy.
She can get hers. She can get hers. Allow it.
Yeah, I'm
Go
with
for
you.
it. I mean, she says things in the lyrics that, yeah, like I'm saying, like I think Steffi said it too. Like what is it? And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you would hold me until you died? Like, this is like, it's all like you're a fucking liar, and I'm telling the world, like, I want your girl to hear what I'm saying too, because I want her to know that you're a piece of shit. Like
and leave you basically.
Because she's heartbroken.
Yeah, exactly.
She's heartropken.
well, she's angry.
She's
angry, definitely angry.
She's heartbroken.
Yeah, for sure.
She's listened to Nothing Compares to You already.
She's over that shit.
She's over that shit. This is anger.
What do you
I think
think?
every girl who has suffered that kind of just horrible, toxic, maybe he cheated on her, kind of just angry bullshit ending to a relationship. Like, we really want to tell his next girlfriend what he's really like, but we won't fucking touch that with a 30-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
She did.
On her own.
And she fucking let him have it. You know, Randy, I'm surprised you went with this song. Because you were talking about how a breakup song should be more like extremes more than words, and then he chose like the roughest fucking
angry song.
fucking breakup song, angriest fucking song out of all of them.
Middle finger of all breakup songs.
Yeah, I know, man. It's ironic, right? It's ironic.
No, I think there's one more. That's the Khalees, I hate you right now.
Oh, Khalees,
Caught out there. And she's like, I hate you right now. And it's like, okay, can you be any more angrier in a song? Woo!
I just gotta say this. So she is the queen of alternative music in the 90s. You know, this is the greatest, angriest love song of the 90s. I can admit that, love song or anti-love song of the 90s. But there's no fucking way, again, that you can tell me that the best breakup song of the 90s is about Dave Coulier. There's no fucking person alive that's gonna be able to convince me that the greatest breakup song is about Dave fucking Uncle Joey, or Joey, whatever the fuck. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Well, if it helps, on several lists I looked up, it was what was it? Whitney Houston's "I'll Love You" or "I'll Always Love You."
As the best.
That was the best.
Oh, that's a good one. Best cover song.
She's singing to herself.
So
That's really a breakup song. Really, I see that as a love loss, but like as a, I don't know. I don't hear breakup.
No,
song
I think so. I think that's a good one. I think we overlooked it. Good point. I'm glad you brought that one back.
Yeah, we definitely overlooked. We're gonna continue to overlook.
You know what we also overlooked?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I put it on a list because I was overlooking it.
What about Friends in Low Places? No one did.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a fun one. Yeah, that one's definitely a fun one.
I also debated on whether Goodbye Earl would have been a breakup song or not.
Me too, but it actually is a murder song.
Right?
It could be both.
It could be both.
And his name is
That's
Earl.
the Dixie.
Right, and his name is Earl. That is the Chicks, yes. I have a question for all of you guys, actually.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe not 90s related, but is there a particular song that affected you, like that was like a breakup song for you guys?
Yeah, what did you
That
listen
really
to
felt to you guys?
Friends in low places. No,
Well, you know, I've stated this. Did you want to go first, Joseph?
No, go ahead. Go.
I stated this on a previous podcast where, I mean, it's not a breakup song, and Joseph mentioned the joke earlier, where this girl that I was extremely crazy about, and she broke up with me while Hey Ya by The Outkast was playing in the background, and I was like, Jesus Christ, could you change the fucking radio station? I want to dance, but I also want to fucking cry.
I need a moment.
But so yeah, that song, although it's not a breakup song, I identify it with a poignant moment in my life where I got dumped.
You know what? I would say Silverchair's "Miss You Love." You ever know that one?
I thought you were gonna say Cemetery.
No.
And I miss you, love. That's
That
the
one.
song. Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good song.
Good song.
What about y'all or Bob? Did you have one?
Are you,
No,
Bob?
I always think of More Than Words by Extreme, man. I think that's the one. That is the one. I know that is the one. And then Jack Black and what's the name's cover of it on the Jimmy Kimmel's, not Jimmy Kimmel, what's his name?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon show was hilarious. But yeah, More Than Words, dude. I always think of that that great fucking song.
What about y'all? Did you all have a personal song that? Go.
Mine was for my particular situation, for that 7-year relationship I briefly mentioned. It was "Scars" by Papa Roach.
Oh my
and
gosh.
And,
Good one.
and "I Don't Love You" by My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh.
Those
That
were the
one is
two
actually
songs-
pretty heart-wrenching
Yeah,
too.
those were the two songs that got me through that. Plus, like my bestie Mo and Steph, they were there for me for that. So
But
That's
what about
valid.
you, Steph?
So mine was a terrible, terrible moment. So when my parents originally divorced, there was a whole cheating situation. I, as my second boyfriend, was stupid and cheated on him. Was not nice, not good. And so for me, like there was like a whole week from the day I did it to the day I actually told him was like a week went by, and I ended up listening to "It Ends Tonight" by All American Rejects every day for that week because it was just like it was what I was kind of feeling in that moment at that time. So I think that was the one breakup song. I think of all of them, that was kind of, I think that was one of my harder breakups too, as well, of all the guys.
Because
I would agree.
It was Frasier.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Kelsey Grammer. So
Had a beautiful mullet.
Go ahead, Randy.
I was going to say, and that brings up an interesting point, Steffi, because I think oftentimes, not necessarily a breakup song, but you have a soundtrack associated with someone. You know, like, I mean, there was a girl I dated a long time ago, and when I hear that Tootsie Roll song by, 69 Boys or whatever, I think of her immediately, and I think of, like, the sort of the heartbreak, but also the good times. And I think we kind of, like, associate a soundtrack with not just exes, but everybody we meet, but particularly exes. Like, a song will come back, and it'll take you back to a place, and it'll remind you of somebody, and it might remind you of a good time, not necessarily a heartbreak. What do you think, Joseph?
True, I can agree with that. I mean, we and each ex has a song. I would assume.
Yeah.
Like you've all. Like I
Yeah.
think you Lindy says it, and both of you said it. Like each or individual, each guy or each girl, there's a song that is specifically to them, and like so. That's the first one. Like I said, the "Miss You Love" song that I said a while ago is probably the quickest one I can think of, but I'd have to really go back. So yeah, and but to me, I guess like with you, Randy, with what you said, I can't really. There's not a lot of songs that I can think of that take me to a good time in that relationship.
All
It's
my
always
exes
just
live in
it's
Texas,
It's
Joe.
just they do, you know,
Like
but,
the deserts miss the rain. What about that?
But any song that that gives me that memory to a past relationship, it's usually the one that, you know, it's the one that caught your attention at the time that it ended. Like I have "Snuff" by Slipknot. That's a song that I think of that reminds me of a girl, and that's a more recent one. So
Interesting. Not "Walking on Broken Glass" by Annie Lennox. This one doesn't elicit any emotion.
Annie Lennox is fucking awesome, by the way.
Love that song.
Last word, guys, on 90s breakup songs. We talked about it. What are some of the thoughts, now that we've covered it, that you'll go away with from memories of that decade and breakup songs of that decade in particular?
There's a
There's a
lot
lot
of
of
wonders.
Yeah, there's a lot of one-hit wonders. There's a lot of different types of the breakup songs.
Yeah.
From alternative to pop to soft rock to ballads to Casey and Nobody mentioned Casey and JoJo.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised all my
Oh
life.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it touches a lot of different genres in the '90s. I guess because like everybody had a breakup song.
true.
One I was trying to find under the Backstreet Boys, but I couldn't find much in breakup songs. They all seem to be more love songs under them.
That's
Show
true.
me the meaning of being lonely.
That was 2000.
Oh, nuts.
Because it was released. That was the video that was released New Year's Day or New Year's at midnight on Much Music.
What a
Wow.
fucking day.
you know, I mentioned Michael Bolton. You know, and Saved by the Bell when Zach and Kelly break up, they're
Oh.
singing.
Yeah.
How am I
Yes.
supposed to live without you behind it? That would have been a really great pick to choose.
Right?
I think that
Specific
song was from
reason.
the 80s, though, because I wanted to
Yeah.
go with that one, and I think that was late 80s. I'm
You
not.
were just jealous because of his gorgeous voice and hair.
He did have amazing hair.
Amazing
An
hair.
amazing.
I don't know how he hit those
voice.
notes. Jesus
I
Christ.
think if you Randy, because with your pick, I just want to say I think if you had gone with a Long December, I would have been more like, yeah, that's a breakup song.
I think that's just a
Yeah.
depressing song in general.
I
I don't
mean,
know if
yeah,
it's necessarily a
yes.
breakup song.
well,
It's very sad.
yeah, and because I think you had messaged
Those are my
us
final two. Yeah.
possibly like, oh, it's gonna be either this one, that one, and I think if you had gone with that one, I would have been more like
No
like I said-
regrets, Joseph.
Like
no
I said,
regrets.
no, I look at it more as a revenge song, but it is what it is.
So shifting gears a little bit, let's talk a little bit about Canadian snacks. Were you guys?
Yes.
Lindy and so last week on our show, Bob and Joseph reviewed some of the Canadian snacks that you all graciously sent us. Thank you. I haven't sampled them yet, but I will soon. Were you guys as frustrated as I was that they never mentioned, Bob and Joseph never mentioned the product's name? Like they didn't say, "Oh, we ate some Husker Doozies" or "We ate some Sour Pucks." They were like, "We ate this," or they Americanized everything.
I knew every single thing that they were talking
but
about.
you know what we're talking about.
I put everything in the box, so I knew exactly what everything was.
That was my step. I just forwarded her money.
We had to put in things in the context of what people can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I also
It's like an
did-
Oreo, like a vanilla
Okay.
Oreo, but not quite. But with
Yeah.
So-
filling.
So
Mustard
what?
chips.
And
I wanted
and
to send you Timmy's coffee.
that would have been
I love
like
coffee.
instant, like a
Nice.
mix to go.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, love
You
coffee.
need a coffee maker. Yeah.
If I'm ever in an area where a Tim Hortons is available, I will go check it out. Most
Totally
definitely.
different in Canada. It's the water. It's completely different.
Really?
That's
But
what I
they're-
think.
And they also line their cups with nicotine.
What?
Oh, shit. I mean,
No, they don't really. That is a joke that Canadians like to tell Americans. That's why it's so addicting.
nicotine and maple syrup, eh?
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say no. So I really enjoy. I think I mentioned the Girl Scouts cookies, which are called guides.
Yes,
Right.
Girl Guides.
Girl guides,
Scoots.
not scoots.
Scoots.
And we'd have
I was like, fucking Randy.
Girl Scoots.
and
I
they
gotta
have
get
two
because they're a
types.
national organization. I gotta
They
get
are.
their name right. I mean,
And they have two types of them. That's the summer, or that's usually the springtime, and then
Uh-huh.
in the winter time we have a mint chocolate.
So it
Unlike
makes
yours,
me-
where you have once a year, where you have all different flavors.
So I have to ask the
Really
question: Have you all
extra
had
thin and so delicious.
American Girl Scout
Girl
cookies?
Scout cookies.
You have?
We,
Okay.
we have a little dealer in Buffalo who sends
You're
them
like-
to us.
Is there? Can you taste the death in each one of those cookies? You're like, oh fuck, no
Oh,
wonder.
corn syrup, high
Yeah.
fructose, corn
Yeah, fuck
syrup,
yeah.
every single one of them.
Like I love sugar. I fucking love my sweets. But holy shit. These were like just I was in heaven.
It was like crack.
So good, so good.
Yes, they
they're-
were like fucking crack.
Yes, dude. You gotta get the
whole
mint.
goddamn box.
What are they called? The mint.
The thin
the
mints?
thin mints. But you gotta
Yes.
put them in the freezer.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
wait an hour,
Oh,
and then you eat them like
yeah.
that, and then you're
I-
like you hate yourself for the next 2 or 3 days. But they're
We
perfect.
have our wintertime ones are kind of like the thin mints, but then they put like this layer of like mint cream on the top
Like
of
the
like
peppermint,
underneath the
like,
chocolate.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
the same.
sounds
It's
like-
so good.
Sounds like I'd
Yeah.
have to run a few miles after that. Yeah.
I really liked the coffee crisp thing. That thing was awesome.
Yeah.
Did you eat
I
the
wouldn't
ketchup
exact-
chips?
No, I
Yeah, I
have
was
those for
gonna
Randy.
ask, yeah.
I'm saving
I
those
was-
for Randy.
I will be down there soon.
I was trying to find ketchup Doritos, but they're only during certain seasons.
Oh.
And apparently the season is supposed to be in the summer.
We're
so
gonna
they're supposed to
send
be
you. We're
released
gonna
soon.
send you Tapatio Doritos. That we have down here. You can only find in the fucking valley hot sauce Doritos.
And by the way, it's
Interesting.
pronounced Ruffles all dressed.
No,
No.
dressed all over. We call them dressed all over.
Dressed all over. Oh yeah, I have that one. I still have that one. I have that one
With
saved.
all seasoning. I'm like, what?
Which yesterday I was at Home Depot and I happened to find a Larry the Cable Guy everything but the kitchen sink flavor.
Oh, we didn't send that one over.
So I don't. Larry the Cable Guy. I just assumed it came
Oh,
from you
wow.
guys. I don't know.
Check the expiration date. That might be 2002.
Oh God.
You gotta get into something. Got into Ruffles.
Right?
Ruffles.
Wow.
Ruffles. Yeah.
I know. Bob and Joseph are putting together a care package for you guys. So they mentioned off camera some of the stuff. I think you're gonna enjoy it. So we
There's
hope
a lot
they
of
get
cigarettes
some-
and barbecue sauce.
Yeah, a lot of cigarettes,
Oh, I
ranch
quit
toppings.
smoking like a year ago. Sorry.
Yeah. No, don't worry.
Before
Send
we
them anyway.
before we sign off, guys, any suggestions, recommendations, anything that I just watched Top Gun Maverick yesterday. Loved it. I thought it was incredible. It was good.
Really?
If you haven't checked it out yet, Tom Cruise is still bringing it. Check it out if you haven't checked it out yet.
Well,
That's my recommendation.
He has to bring it because he fucking fired everybody else in the damn movie. He's like, I don't need real pilots. I am the fucking pilot. Give me the keys, goddammit.
Anybody else?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell y'all to watch Senior Year.
Oh yeah.
If you
was that
haven't
funny?
yet. It was funny, and you guys are just gonna because she's literally like 2002.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
supposed to be in high
Netflix,
school
right?
the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. And then at one point they're like, she's like, oh, she's trying to go back. She's like, oh, that's so gay. And she's like, no, you can't say that. And she's like, what about retarded? She's like, no, you can't say that either. Like she was in a coma for 30. She was going through all these things. So like, no.
Storyline. That's
It's
funny.
so funny. I was laughing
I saw
so
the
hard.
trailer. It looked like I was like, yeah, I'll check this out. I don't have anything to recommend. I am gonna suggest though. I don't know if any of you all were fans of. I know I was. Speaking of Canadians, did any of y'all watch the original Kids in the Hall show?
Oh
Yeah, I used to watch Kids in the
Did you
Hall.
hear about it?
Yeah.
It's back
Yeah,
on
they-
Yes,
Amazon.
I saw that. Yeah.
They're back on Amazon Prime. I watched the first episode because I wanted to see. I've always liked that intro, that song. I always liked
Yeah.
it, and I wanted to see if they did it again. So I watched the first like 5 minutes of one episode, and they brought it's a new intro, but it's the same song, and I was like, perfect. I'm gonna check
They,
it.
what's the name of the guy? Didn't he come out in Superstore also? He's
Yeah,
fucking hilarious,
I
dude.
can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's a manager in Superstore, so I thought he's extremely funny.
They're all very. We know them. They're all in.
Dave Foley, I know, is the
Yeah.
one that most people see and stuff.
Yeah, Dave Foley. They're all really good. We
Oh,
saw National Lampoon Senior Trip. That one guy, that
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Trek, the Star Trek guy.
No way.
Yes!
McDonald, Kevin
With
McDonald.
a very young Hawkeye back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I remember
The
that
main
having a big crush on him in that movie, and then all of a sudden he was in Hawkeye, and I was like, oh, look at that!
Now he's just a hot guy.
Now he's just a hot man. Yes.
That's another movie I could recite word for word.
Great
What,
movie.
Senior
Senior
Trip?
Senior Trip. I've seen
Oh
it.
yeah,
hundreds of
shit.
Oh,
times.
I love that movie. Yeah.
You don't
So
have
funny.
time. for
Miowski is
this.
hilarious.
Miowski. What?
Miowski.
What?
Miowski.
What?
the blonde Asian girl.
Yeah, the blonde Asian girl. He's going after the blonde Asian girl.
Japanese girl.
Oh,
hot
that's Japanese. Hot
girl.
Japanese girl. Okay.
I was gonna
Any
say what
other-
he actually said, but that's actually not allowed now.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
very
Dave Foley's the one we know most of all, and then obviously.
He's in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen Flight Attendant? I just got through the second season. That one's a pretty great show. Pretty crazy. She's
I only heard about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a really cool. The first season's fucking
Check it
awesome.
out.
Second season's pretty good. And then I just saw
Really
Stranger
cool.
Things, the first episode today.
Oh, I am on the second episode. I just
Oh,
watched
you
the
gotta
second
say, dude, the
episode.
first episode is so good. I'm excited to
Oh
watch
my
the rest
god,
of it.
right?
Yes.
It's so
Check it out.
dark.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
so
whole lot
dark.
darker. It looks fucking. It's
I
cool.
spent most of this episode like this. Like, just like, no.
The end of it, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? This isn't what I'm used to. It's definitely
This
different.
is
A lot
not
darker.
what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I can't wait to finish it. The second half comes out on my birthday.
I'm
Oh,
waiting for
sweet.
I'm waiting for the boys to come back. That's a.
Oh,
awesome
me
show.
too. I'm only on like episode 6 or 7, but I have to get it back into that.
When does that come out, Joseph?
June 3rd.
Oh, June. So shit, this week.
Yeah.
We'll wrap up by saying any thoughts on Ray Liotta? I just what a tremendous loss.
Big time,
Yeah.
dude. I love Ray Liotta.
What a great actor.
Goodfellas, man. That was my introduction into like the gangster mafia movies, and I couldn't stop watching all of them after that.
Have you all seen Something Wild from 1986? He's who's that guy from Dumb and Dumber? Not Jim Carrey.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels is in that movie. Great movie. I think that was Liotta's like first major role. He's so great in it.
Field of Dreams, dude.
Field
I
of
love him playing
Dreams, yeah.
catch. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's
I
a really
loved
sad
him
scene.
Blow. I loved him in the scenes.
Yeah,
as,
Blow.
As,
That's the dad. Yeah.
I loved Sweetheart or not Heartbreakers, where it was with
Heartbreakers.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
where he
Fucking
gets
love
cheated
that.
with Jennifer Love Hewitt and that and the mom. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. So good.
it's
R.I.P.
great.
Ray Liotta.
Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. And that's our show, everybody. Listeners, we'd love to hear from you. Hit us up and let us know what is your favorite 90s breakup song. Most importantly, let us know what you think about the show. You may reach us at formidableopponents@gmail.com and follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok by searching for Formidable Opponents. I'd like to thank Creative Little Pill for her artwork. And join us next episode as we're talking about, what are we doing next week, guys? We haven't
fun. Something interesting. We'll do something fun. We promise.
We'll do something fun. We promise.
I'll let you know.
And also, we want to encourage everybody to please check out our friends at Turn of the Millennials. Check out their podcast. Very entertaining. They talk about everything. I rewatched.
What are y'all doing next?
Yeah, what are y'all doing next?
I think because it's June, we were gonna do a Pride episode and just talk about all of the like Pride movies and stuff and how like millennials we kind of
Awesome.
accepted it, sort of, I guess.
And how acceptance is the new thing that is super cool. So keep doing it.
Yes.
After listening to y'all's Empire Records rewatch, I rewatched it from a different scope. Excellent point. So check out all of their episodes. They're tremendous. They're our friends, and we will have them back in the future.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait for y'all to like probably do a show where you all are reviewing the stuff that we send y'all. This is gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah, they will be reviewing our American.
Like, how come there's so much pepper and spice and all of this?
Our Canadian taste bud tongues can't handle the spice. No.
I hope you guys like ketchup. Okay, so join us next week. So for Steffi, Lindy, Bob, and Joseph, this is Randall. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Ah.
Uncle fucking Joey.